This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, discounted prices, miniaturemarket.com.
Hello my friends, it's the Game Boy Geek here. Today we're going into outer space. We're going to be seeing a lot of stars flying right past us and they're falling down. Because today we're talking about Starfall. This is a 2 to 4 player game. It's designed by Scott Alms, who has recently been on fire with all his tiny epic themed games that have come out. So this is from IDW and Pandasaurus. Let me show you how it's played. I'll see you on the other side. Each player starts with a player aid, and they'll start with 5 of these. Orange stars with the word 5, and these white ones are worth 1, and they'll be using these to bid to gain tiles and do set collection over the game. On your turn, you can do one of 3 things. You can take a sky tile from the top of the deck, and you're going to place it in the highest priced place. This is 9, it goes all the way over here. Now the next player could possibly do that, and this would just move down to the next one like this, and something like this. Now, if there's already 3, let's just say there's already 3 things here. If there's 3 things here on the sky, you cannot take that action of putting a new one and push them all down. However, another action you can do is you take any tile that's the tile that's here, and you can move it down until you get to the next available number. So I could take this one, let's say, and go like this. Now, when moving a tile, there might be a tile in front of one, and that's okay. You just jump down to the next lowest spot. So if this one were to be moved, it can be moved all the way down to this one. If a tile ever gets moved off the track, it is discarded from the game. Another thing you could do is basically buy or discover a sky tile. You would pay the amount in which there. So if I wanted this one, I would pay 5. This one I would pay 6. Let's say I pay it to the bank, and I put this in front of me. Now instead of just paying the stars that you're starting with, because you can never get more in the game, maybe I wanted to buy this one for 6. Well, you can actually use tiles that you've already purchased. So this one has 1 star on it. This one has 3, so I only need to spend 2 more. I could spend 2 more like that, although these are ones that I've now given up to get this. And this continues until either there's only 1 sky tile on the board and nothing left to draw, or everybody runs out of the stars to buy things with, and then you score. And so here you have the most stars is 10 points. If you're playing with 2, 3, and 4 players, in addition to that, you'll get minus 5 points for the least amount of stars. These planets are worth 5 points apiece. These are worth 3 points, but you must have at least a planet to go along with the moon. So if you had 3 moons and 2 planets, you'd only be able to score for 2 of these here. The black hole is worth minus 5 if you only get 1, but if you have 2 or more, it's worth 15. Well, why would you get more than 2? Well, it keeps other people from getting that, because maybe they'll be the ones with the minus 5 points. The comets are worth each however many that you've gotten. So if you have 2 comets, they're each worth 4, so this would be 8 points total. And the nebulas, depending on the amount of colors, they're 2 points each, so here's 1 red one, but then you get another bonus point depending on the amount of different colors that you've got. And also 1 point for every 2 stars at the end of the game. Whoever has the most is the winner. Well, there is Starfall. Now, this is a very light game, but yet it still has some interesting choices to go with it. I like the graphic design, the pieces feel good, and overall it's just a pleasant game. It's got that auction mechanism and set collection, and you're actually just super simple. You're either taking a new tile out, putting it out there, you're moving a tile, or you're purchasing a tile. Now with most auction games, it might take you a game or 2 to really start figuring out what are things worth. And so, players that have played this before are going to probably beat players that haven't played it yet just because of the auction balancing mechanism of any auction game. But it's a very relaxing and pleasant game. I get the same feeling as when I play Sushi Go or when I play Carcassonne, sort of a casual gateway game that you can be chatting it up and enjoying company while you're playing it, but yet still you can have some times of focused thought where you're trying to figure out really what should I be doing here and going back and forth. So I think it offers a lot in that light genre. It's very streamlined, it feels well done, it feels well balanced. The only negative is there's a sort of a misprint on the player aids, but the rules have it correct, and they're going to offer some replacements after the next printing and stuff like that. But overall, good package, light, very light, but yet intriguing choices of trying to figure out what should I go for, what means the most to me right now. The fact that you can play some of those tiles that you've already got and use those as currency if you run out of money. So interesting decisions, very fun game, but very light. very relaxing. So if you're looking for that gateway style of game, sort of a Sushi Go set collection with a light auction, this is definitely going to be one you want to check out, and that's Starfall.
This video was sponsored by Miniature Market's Review Corner. The Review Corner features podcasts, video, and written game reviews by gamers for gamers. Miniature Market, the online gaming superstore. Thousands of board games, discounted prices. Check them out at miniaturemarket.com. I'd like to thank each and every one of you for backing me on Kickstarter and making this season become a reality. I'd like to especially thank those here that have backed me at the credit level. Now, these video reviews are also available by audio on our podcast. It's the intros and the final thoughts on GameBoyGeek.com. Click podcast.